On the morning of December the 26th, 2004, Amanda Rabau was in bed with her boyfriend in a beachside bungalow in the resort of Khao Lak.
It sounded like a jumbo jet, when you go to get on a plane and you walk up those stairs and it's the engines are spinning round and it's really, really loud.
Her boyfriend, Daryl, jumped up to open the curtains.
He had a look of horror on his face and he just screamed at me, "Get out of the room now."
This was the wave that was about to hit them. Amanda and Daryl jumped from the room just as the building disintegrated. Daryl managed to climb onto a roof. Amanda was sucked under.
I got crushed backwards against this wall and then everything else just started crushing back and rising up above my head. So as well as pushing me backwards, it then started to push me under. And then I remember, I just remember taking my last breath before I went under. And then I just remember thinking, I hope it's quick. And then something pulled on my hand. And this man, he pulled me out between this really small gap.
The second wave swept Amanda back into the water and she fought for her life for 3 hours. When the water finally receded, she was surrounded by bodies, including the man who'd saved her.
I have a lot of questions in my head in life whether you do the right thing by someone. He should have survived because he saved my life. Without a doubt, but he didn't survive.
Amanda was reunited with Daryl and they spent the night with other survivors on the hillside.
It was sort of like the first time I'd sort of looked at myself and I had just wood hanging out of my body, like not like a splinter, like massive pieces of wood.
I was with the rescue teams as they discovered the horror that had unfolded in Khao Lak 2 days later. Local people say more than 2,000 people could have lost their lives there, although that figure is impossible to verify. The Thai authorities are struggling to cope with the sheer number of bodies.
All through the night we could hear helicopters and sirens and cars, and we thought, this is good, in the morning we'll be rescued, people will come and get us. But that wasn't the case at all.
When the roads were finally cleared, they managed to get on a bus to Bangkok.
I was sick for 14 and a half hours solidly. Brown water and I don't know what was coming out of my body. I actually thought I was going to die.
Still too ill to walk, Amanda finally made it back to the UK.
There was a girl who I can't find, her name was Matilda, and she was from Argentina, and we were in the sea together. And when it went under, she said, "Take my hand," and I said, "No, I can't," because I knew you can't hold on to someone, you've got to be strong and be on your own, and I didn't take her hand.
Despite her injuries, Amanda couldn't shake off the need to go back to Khao Lak. Within 6 weeks, she'd returned to Thailand with £50,000 she'd raised just by telling her story to help with disaster relief.
I wanted to go back to Khao Lak and I wanted to go back and thank the people, and I wanted to go back to see if I could find the family of the man who I still think saved my life.
10 years on, and it's as if Amanda is back in the wave when she talks about the moment she almost lost her life.
I survived that day for one reason or another, and I was meant to survive, to have my children. And as far as I think of life as of that day my new life began. And I see life as of from 2004, not before.